You are listening to And Shit with Quincy Lanier and
Moniece Mitchell-Sims.
Two best friends talking about whatever.
Hey, Monie, Noni, Noni, Nana.
Hey, birthday boy.
Yes. This has been wonderful.
I just want to hear everything. I ain't going to say nothing. Go ahead, talk.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so, thank you, Monie, for spending my birthday with me this weekend.
You're welcome.
As I closed out the month of Virgo.
Right.
We closed out the month of Virgo. Mm-hmm. So I'm surprised that I'm even doing this podcast right now because I am part zombified.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this to happen today.
I wasn't expecting it either. I woke up this morning and I felt like I had run a marathon. I was like, damn, I'm so tired. My body was aching everywhere. Like I wanted to pull out the Epsom salts. You know you old when your ass is like, ooh, I need some Epsom salts. Can you run to the store and get some Epsom salts?
Right.
Young people don't even know what an Epsom salt is.
No, they have no idea.
But I turned a double digit this year, and it's pretty fucking unbelievable. And I think the universe is lying to me for some reason. I don't understand why the universe is telling these lies, but it is. And I wasn't going to do anything this year. I definitely wasn't going to do anything because I've been not in the best of moods the past couple of weeks. Well, the past 6 months, I would say. This has been a transformational year indeed.
Right.
And a lot of things that I think I have taken for granted for so long kind of stopped happening automatically.
Oh.
I have to say I've been let me put this in the best words. I've led a very charmed life. Right?
Yes.
And I say a charmed life, and I don't want people to think it's been an easy life. It hasn't been an easy life. Trust me, you probably don't want to exchange what I've gone through with some of your lives. Just believe that.
Right.
However, in the midst of all of that drama throughout my life, it's been pretty charmed. It's just kind of weird. And so...
you're like the Forrest Gump of Hollywood.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
The Forrest Gump of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Life is like a box of... I don't know. What do they eat in Hollywood? Life is like a box of sushi. It's like a bento box. And, one thing begets another, and I think it's probably because I've put in the work, right? I mean, I can't say I haven't put in the work. I've been working hard at this shit since I was a teenager.
Right.
And, but, there has been a stream of great fortune back to back to back to back. And I've probably been surfing off of that momentum that I guess I built before. But what you fail to realize is that even though you've built a bunch of pressure or a bunch of momentum, and then you have your moment to ride the wave, that eventually the wave will
crash to shore.
Or it will just, the tide will go back out. And if you're not paddling and putting in more momentum, then you just kind of coasting on flat, still fucking waters. Yeah, right now I feel like I've been on still waters. And anyway, all that to say, for this birthday, I had no money. And long story short, I ain't had no motherfucking money for this birthday, okay? And all of my fabulous plans that I had for this birthday, I didn't. I just was like, at the last minute, no, I can't do it. I can't. And then on my birthday, my hubby, he told me to get dressed, and I thought we were at least going out to dinner or something. And he took us over a friend's house, who I thought, oh, they're going out with us. They're going out with us to dinner. And it turned out that they had thrown a little private party for me. So it was really cute. Like there was balloons, there was a cake, and they did a crab boil. So we had crab and corn and potatoes. So that was day one. That was on Thursday. And I drank lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of Jim Beam. And apparently, I gave at some point an Anita Baker's Greatest Hits concert. They said that went on till like 4 something to 5 in the morning.
Wow.
And everybody just stood around and stared at me, mesmerized, they said. And it also could be because we had an edible.
That took it to the next level.
Yeah, and I don't know when it kicked in because I've never really had an edible before, but I was willing to try it, and it was good. It was like a Rice Krispie treat. And I had a little piece, not a big piece, because I've heard the horror stories of people who took too much and just had uncontrollable experiences, and I didn't want that. So I had a little bit, but I was drinking so much I couldn't tell at what point, if or when the edible took place. However, I guess maybe when I gave the Anita Baker concert.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. So that was Thursday.
Yeah.
So I got home about 5 something in the morning, and Friday, I didn't wake up until 2 p.m. And then I spent the whole day in a fugue, like an absolute fugue, groggy, just so groggy. And I was like, that's why I've stopped doing all the drinking. But it was my birthday, so it was an exception, right?
Yeah.
I thought I only had 2 glasses of whiskey, but apparently the size of the glasses of whiskey that I had were the equivalent of 4. And then I was told after the fact that while I wasn't paying attention, the host kept refilling it.
Oh.
So I thought I was still sipping on the same same glass. Everybody said, no, you had more like 8 glasses of whiskey.
Wow.
And I was like, no, I only remember requesting 1 refill. So I had 2 glasses, but they were like, no, he kept refilling your glass throughout the night. So, and we played games. So it was like literally just 5 people in the house. And we played Heads Up. We played some board game where it's like a dirty adult game that asks a bunch of nasty questions. And if you've done it, you're supposed to drink.
Yeah.
And that was it. And it was fun. It was real low key. It was fun. It was free. But it was like a great time. I had such a great time. Friday, I was in the fugue. And then at some point I realized I want to see the people I love. I know I don't have no money, but I shouldn't have to have any money to see you guys, right? I'm used to cooking and making sure everybody's well fed. And, you know how I like to do. I like to make sure everybody is taken care of and having fun. And when I can't do that, it's like, oh man, I can't cook. At the last minute, I decided, let's just do a kickback. And let's do it on the rooftop during the sunset. And we can watch the sunset off the roof of the building. And it would just be fun. And I know everybody couldn't make it because I literally sent out the invitation on Friday for Saturday. I wasn't worried about who's going to show up and who's not. I was like, whoever shows up will be enough. Well, 2 or 3 gather.
Oh, Lord.
May the Spirit of God dwell. Anyway, that was fun. That was so much fun on the rooftop. And you made it through, Monie. Monie told me she wasn't going to be able to make my birthday party because she had a play to go to.
Well, they told me ahead of time. Your ass waited till the last minute, so...
But I didn't
think I was going to make it, but we were able to make it. That was fun,
of course, the rooftop party.
Yeah.
We played Never Have I Ever, and you guys have all just really shocked me with the Never Have You Evers. I was like, oh, Lord, people were talking about tasty dicks, and I was like, who? What? Huh? We talked about a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah, went to gamut.
It was funny. It was funny. I was like, I'm so glad everybody's being so transparent.
And drunk. That helped a lot.
And drunk. That was just fun. I like nights when it's not about pretense. Like this party, I just wanted people to come and play games. Socialize and play games and just have good old natural fun. And I think we did.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It reminded me of your parties back in the day when we first came out here, when nobody had any money, and that's all we could do was sit around and eat if somebody had some food and just play games.
Is that what it takes for us to know how to have fun in this city?
Yes.
Nowadays, is to throw broke parties?
Yes, because this place is fake as hell. And you get all caught up in all the other trappings of what you're supposed to do, and then, you don't spend quality time with each other and realize that you really just need to just sit around and play Uno. That's all it takes.
That is all it takes, and that's the key word, quality, or the key phrase, quality time. We don't spend quality time with each other.
Right.
I think that is important to facilitate a time and space where we can just let down our hair and have fun and be. Don't talk about what job you working on or what's next, because I ain't got no motherfucking job and I don't know what's next. So I don't want to answer those questions tonight. I just want to fucking answer never have I ever questions.
And boy, did you answer them. I found out something even I didn't know. I'm like, damn, Quincy.
The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out. The freaks come out at night. Oh, yeah. But that party, when you left, do you know the last 3 people left at 5 a.m.?
I'm pretty sure of it.
I mean, I was exhausted at that point.
Yeah.
But the only reason they left is that they were too drunk to drive. And so we were trying to give them some sober up time.
A bit, yeah.
But meanwhile, I was about to fall on my face. And we ended the night, not even the night, we started the next day, since it was 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Talking about psychic experiences and supernatural experiences in our lives.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we went from tasty dicks earlier in the night to have you ever sharted in public to telekinesis.
Wow.
Which at some point I called tilapia because I was so drunk. I was like, y'all speaking tilapia. I did not plan on having a 5 in the morning shindig. I really planned on, we're going to do a day party, which is why my party started at 4. And I was expecting it to be moved off the rooftop by 10 and everybody out of my house no later than 1. That was in my head. Because I knew, as these parties always go, everybody doesn't show up in the beginning. So, like, group 1 eventually leaves. Group 2 starts to come in. Group 2 starts to leave. Group 3 is that late night, the ones that always ends up to 4 or 5 in the morning. They come at the last damn minute. And so I knew that was going to happen, but I really thought I was going to be done by 1 because I wanted to be fresh and ready for none other than the Queen Bey.
Right.
So Jay, whose music video we just recently shot, surprised me as a birthday gift with front row VIP red carpet center stage tickets to the On the Run tour here at Hollywood Rose Bowl on Sunday. You were also there, correct?
Yes, but I guarantee my experience was different than yours.
So we have to talk about our experiences. How were they the same and how were they different?
Well, they were the same because we were both at the concert, and that's where it stops.
No. Where were you?
I was in that section leading down to the floor, but I was at the very top of it. So I was still in the section. I wasn't up in the upper section. I was in there, I guess the middle section, I guess. I don't know. But no, it was really great seats though. I was happy that we, had really great seats and I could see the entire stage. And I thought about texting or calling you. I was like, to see where you were, but I was like, he ain't gonna pick up this phone, so I didn't.
I would have, because I was thinking I want to text Monie, but I thought the same thing. She's not going to answer the phone. Okay. She's not going to look at her phone right now. Because I was video recording, so I had my phone on the whole time. I kept taking pictures and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But the other problem was before the show started, we were down in the middle. So there were like 2 areas, right? There's like this whole VIP red floor area. And then at the very front of the stage was like people who spent an additional, I don't know what, for tickets to be right like literally right in front. So we were separated by a little velvet rope with security. But the thing was, they only had that special front area for the pre-show.
Oh.
And then the moment the show was about to begin, they removed the ropes and allowed everybody to just move on up.
Oh.
It's just a crazy fans who just want to make sure that they have
front
the
seats.
very front. And there were no seats. We had to stand.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, that whole downstairs red VIP carpet area is all standing only. So my ass was standing from 5 o'clock to midnight. It was fun though, because it was, they had bars down there so we could order where we were and drinks and stuff. I guess on Saturday night, Oprah was there in the same section. And I was trying to think, Oprah stood for this whole show?
No, they brought her a throne.
They had to have brought her a seat or something, because I cannot imagine Oprah standing down there with all those people. I just can't. But there were a bunch of celebrities in the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in that area. So we got there early, so it was not many people there when we first got there, because we just wanted to stake out a spot. But then as the show began, you turned around, it had gotten packed. The Kardashians were all down there. I wasn't checking for them, but they were there. But the show, wasn't it amazing?
Yeah, it was really good.
I hate to say this, I'm not a big rap connoisseur.
Yeah.
I ingest my rap because it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one that seeks out rap. And I know that makes me sound like some old man, but even when I was younger, I didn't seek out rap. So it wasn't like when I went to go buy music, I wasn't going for rap albums.
Right.
But I listened to what's on the radio, and I know songs because of what's on the radio. So I can't tell you that I've ever owned a JayZ album. But I know his greatest hits because they're his popular hits.
Right.
But I was afraid that for, this tour, I was like, oh, wait, this is a combined concert. This ain't Formation. And I'm not going to know every song because JayZ's going to have half of the set, But I was surprised because I guess, he did most of his greatest hits.
Yeah.
So I knew every JayZ song. So I felt good about that because I felt like, oh man, am I going to be kind of tuning out when JayZ's performing because I don't really know the music. And then the opening was DJ Khaled, and I was like, oh man, am I gonna? And I knew every hit. I knew everybody they brought out. I didn't know some of the rappers that they brought out on stage.
Yeah, but you knew the songs.
Like I knew the song.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, does this really mean I'm getting a hold? Because
yes.
All these kids, everybody around me screaming for these people coming out on stage, and they dancing and they singing every lyric, and I'm just like, who is that? I like that song, but who is he?
Right.
What's his name? Oh, I like her. What's her name?
Right.
Oh, she cute. I like that song.
Right.
And that's what the old folks used to say. I like that song. Who is that? I like that song.
But I had a similar experience. In fact, I'm not a hip hop, head either. But I knew all of JayZ's songs because he did his greatest hits, his most popular hits. And I actually knew less of Beyonce's songs, to be honest, because it wasn't her, her greatest hits. It was a lot of new stuff.
Right.
And a lot of stuff that she's done since she's, post Lemonade, so I was like, okay, I wasn't really sure what was happening. So what I had to do was that I just took in the whole experience of the visuals. So this was like this was a concert from my eyes, because I didn't know the words to the songs. Like, when you go to other concerts and you know all the songs and you're dancing, you're laughing and you're enjoying yourself. It's a completely different experience. That's not what this was. Maybe it was for the couple in front of me. Like, there was this young couple. They were so cute. They were having so much fun. And so I was living vicariously through them because they knew every single song and they were dancing through everything. I said, okay, maybe it's because I don't know these songs. I'm not as engaged as they are. But I was so impressed by the visuals that it didn't matter. As a storyteller, I was like, okay, I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to say with all these visuals.
Weren't those fucking visuals amazing?
Yes.
That was my post today, was like one of the things that I was most impressed about with the concert, other than just the fact that, JayZ and Beyonce are just two fucking powerhouses and they're brilliant at what they do, was the visuals. Those interstitials were giving me all my feels.
Yeah.
And it just, as a filmmaker, I was so like, I was standing there with my mouth wide open just watching them. It was so beautiful, so artistically done. And I was like, why am I not directing Beyonce's interstitials?
Yeah,
I must
it was
direct
really
Beyonce's
amazing.
interstitials next concert. Like literally, I got to be on the team.
No, I was really impressed. I was impressed by the whole stage productions and the moving stage and how the visuals came up and just the choreography of the visuals and the dancers. And so I was just watching like the show from that point of view, like a stage manager would, because I was like, this is amazing. I can't wait for the concert movie to come out, because that's obviously going to be a concert movie. I mean,
no, they were shooting the concert movie last night.
That's what I'm saying. I knew it because I was like, they're rolling credits? What is going on? Like, this is not... Of course, Beyonce got to take it to the next level. Of course. And I also was impressed by, like I was telling Vonda, I went with Vonda, and I was telling Vonda, I said, this concert feels like, because I wasn't sure how they were going to jive, Beyonce and JayZ in a concert together. I'm like, how's that going to work? But it kind of reminded me of, like, when you move in, like when me and Rael first moved in together, I moved to his place, right? So everything about it was him. It didn't even look like I lived there. And then as we moved to our next place, and it looked like us, because all our stuff was, our the way I like stuff, the way he likes stuff, the type of furniture I like, and vice versa. You started to see a melding of like our personalities through our furniture and the way things were staged. So I feel like this concert was kind of like a melding of both of them. And I was really impressed by how they were able to meld, JayZ and Beyonce in a concert where you really did see both of them. It was a presentation of them together as a couple, as a powerhouse. It wasn't just, this is Beyonce and this is JayZ. It was just really interesting. I was paying attention to all that stuff. But like I said, because I had to I had to enjoy myself and experience it, because I wasn't as connected to the music like a typical concert's supposed to be. So I was like, let me figure out a way to enjoy this. So I was going in a whole nother level with it. I'm looking at it like, wow, that's dope how they did that and blah, blah, blah. And I really was impressed by JayZ, because Beyonce, she gonna bring everything. She gonna bring the dancers. She gonna be fireworks. She gonna bring, she gonna have all this stuff going on. She gonna have
pyrotechnics.
She gonna have it
fans
all,
blowing.
right? But it was JayZ. When JayZ was on stage, he had to bring in the crowd to him with just him standing there with a mic, and all these visuals were great behind him and doing stuff like that. But I was really impressed by the fact that he was able to just like command
that attention.
Yes, I was like, whoa, okay, I get it now.
I was just saying, I'm really loving the new JayZ.
I'm not feeling his hair though.
But I was. I'm liking the mature JayZ. I'm liking his steez. I'm liking his style.
Cut your hair.
I was like, okay, all right, brother. I can appreciate that. I can respect you growing out the dreads, or you dreading up or locking up.
And whatever he's doing.
I liked it. But I was really liking his outfit changes. I was like, you know what?
He changed as much as she did. Yes, he did.
I think he had more changes than Beyonce. But I'm thinking about like the young JayZ when he first started, and what the style was then, and this more mature, older, classier JayZ.
Yeah,
I like it. I like seeing my rappers in blazers.
Yeah, you can see the maturity, and you can see her influence on him in a way that's probably more artistic, I guess. Coming from the hip hop generation that he came from, all he needed was some baggy jeans, a baseball cap, and a mic, and that's it. That was it. But now he's come to a whole nother level with his presentation and all this type of stuff, and his art wardrobe. You could definitely see her influence, and you could see his influence on her, because Bey was dropping all types of words.
That's what I kept saying. I was like, okay, we've been having this conversation, and I use the term the spiritual and the guttural. And when I say guttural, I don't mean in a negative sense. I just mean as like a natural bass, emotionally driven sense, a really grounded earthiness, griminess in a sense. And then there is like the spiritual, which is just like this more elevated art, and you know, it appeals to you on an intellectual and oral level, so to speak. So I guess I had DeAndre got tape of me having a drunken conversation about why I believe Beyonce and her sister Solange work well together, because Solange's music is just different. It's definitely on like a subconscious, level of whatever. She's tapped into something that's great. And when Beyonce performs and sings, she brings all that fire, passion, emotion, that she brings in that id. It's like the id, the ego, and the super ego. She brings in like that, that just you and that bitch. And when she's dancing, she's thrashing, and she just brings all of that like Holy Ghost fire. She bring that fire. And I think that when her and her sister collaborate, and I don't know to what extent her and her sister collaborated on the Lemonade album, but I felt like the Lemonade album had a lot of Solange influence in it.
Yeah, I felt like but that it was way me too.
But there are people who are not fans of Solange because they just could not get into her music because it was just too.
I love her music.
I love her music. It was just too much. It was too otherworldly for them, or it was too off the beaten path. And they love Beyonce because Beyonce makes them bang their heads and get in their feels. But I felt like people loved the Lemonade album because for some reason, both of those worlds met.
Yeah.
The same thing I see between Beyonce and JayZ. JayZ's from the street. His music was from the street. And Beyonce's music was more pop, was more pop. And now she out there smoking weed on, and she's rapping. But the thing is, it's like the fusion of both worlds ended up being pretty fucking spectacular. He brought some street to her, and she brought some, I won't say class. I don't want to say the man wasn't classy or didn't have class, but she brought something to him that together in the album that they did together is kind of, you can see it. You can see the fusion between the couple. And I have to say, I really adored and appreciated seeing them as a couple together on stage, and the videos of them together and the babies. Those twins are so fat and delicious and juicy. Those are the cutest babies. But I just love seeing the family together and like just the Black excellence. And we know that they've been very transparent about their issues in the past and working through it and just being an example of stick-to-itness. I just think they're brilliant, and the Illuminati has done them well. That's all I have to say.
Well, okay. I was paying attention to, once again, I was looking at deeper stuff. I was paying attention to the way he was looking at her, because you can never tell. Really, I mean, she's done such a great job of protecting her image and what she puts out there, right? Like she's become a master at that. And JayZ has followed suit. So I wanted to see, like, I like seeing glimpses of like the real them. Like every now and again you would see a realness. So there was a point where when they were standing there looking at each other, and if you notice, whenever she was singing a song, he was mouthing the words along. And whenever he was rapping, she was mouthing the words. It's like they were always like connected.
I did see that.
Yeah, I was like, wow. And they were, I don't know if they were, rehearsed that or that just naturally what happened, but I thought that was cute. But I also paid attention to the way that he looked at her. He just looked at her like a man, like, I love this woman. Like you can't fake that look, no matter what else is going on in your life. You can't fake that look when you're looking at somebody, even if they pissed you off and all this type of stuff. You just give a certain look to the person that you really love. And you might even get mad about your damn self. Like, damn, I can't believe I looked at him like that. But I could tell that, because I can't stand his ass right now. But he looked at her in a way I was like, okay, that's real. Because they said at one point at the end, like, this is real love. And I was like, okay, are they trying to make us believe it's real love? But I saw it. I saw that it was real. And then there was a moment where, especially that song when she said, when she finally sat down and she sang about that bitch and ain't half the woman I am or whatever.
Okay, we were having this debate. Did she say that whack bitch or did she say that white bitch?
I think she said white bitch, personally.
I was like, wait, no, she didn't say white bitch, did she?
Yeah, she said it. She said it. But at the end of that song, after she poured her whole heart out or whatever, there was this tiny moment of when she just smiled. Right? When everybody's like, oh my God, Beyonce, you're amazing. And she just stood there and smiled. It was the most genuine smile I've ever seen. Like when a little kid does a good job and they're like, oh, you liked it? That's how she smiled. Like, you liked that? And I was like, oh, okay.
She's good with that. I don't think it's calculated, but it's very endearing, right?
Yeah.
Because Beyonce knows how to get into character when she's performing, and like she can play. Like Beyonce gives the fuck out of some diva face, okay?
Oh my God, yes.
She has, oh my God, she's so committed when she's performing to being that diva that you really believe it. And even when she does that like hood swag stuff, you're like, wait a minute, Beyonce, no, you ain't street like that. And then in the middle of it, she will sometimes break character
and that's
give
when
you
you
that
see her.
genuine
Yeah.
self.
That's
and that's
what I
when you
loved
just
about it.
fall in love with her. You're like,
that's
oh,
when
she
I
is
fell
a
in love with
performer.
her,
Like,
exactly.
but which is the real Beyonce? Is it all of them? Or is it the one that breaks character and smiles?
Well, I think it's all of them. But I think the one that she has when she's at home with her babies was that genuine smile.
And, you know, I'm sure she can get hood and hang when she wants to, but I do have to say she's the consummate Virgo perfectionist. Her and Michael Jackson. And she just really inspires my inner Virgo.
Oh.
I feel like I'm slacking when I'm in the presence of Beyonce in that show. Just
right.
She's hands-on with everything, from the vocal to the vocal arrangement to the choreography to the lighting to the imagery. Like, no, she's really, really intimately involved with every detail of her show.
Right.
And that's that perfectionist. That was like that Michael Jackson, like Michael Jackson was.
Right.
And I have it in me, but you know, the world has been beating me down. It's been beating me down.
You got up to do this podcast, so there you go. You're in a Virgo. You're tired. He said, but we doing this. We got to get up and do this and make this happen. So it's baby steps.
Baby steps. Now I got to make this fucking edit.
Well, speaking of that, then we might as well wrap it up.
Yes, we got to wrap this up. And so, Monie, what song shall we sing? Of course, we got to sing a Beyonce song, right?
Well, yeah, but so many. I mean, Lord, which one do we sing?
Because Beyonce is a goddess.
Oh, God.
Maybe we should sing Halo.
Oh, well, you go ahead and take that one.
Remember those walls I built? Baby, they're tumbling down. And they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I've got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Anywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can see your halo. I pray it won't go away. I feel your halo.
Halo,
see your halo.
Halo, halo.
Your halo.
Halo. Oh, wow.
And shit. Halo.
Be sure to listen next week to And Shit with Q and Monie.
You can follow Quincy Lanier on Instagram and Twitter at Q Lanier.
And you can follow Moniece at Moniece Mitchell Sims on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Be sure to subscribe to And Shit.